Okay, dear students, a very good morning to all of you. So welcome back to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. So this is the 7th session on the topic of calculus. Okay, students. So in this session, we are going to start a new topic in the calculus, or the second topic in the calculus, that is called as integration. Okay, students. So this is the second part of our calculus. So as I told you before, this calculus has two parts. Number one, differentiation. Number two, integration. So until now, we have finished the differentiation part. Okay. So I hope students you understood. I think all of you have written the exam well also. I have seen the marks. Okay. So most of the students got good marks. Okay. So by that I can understand that you are understanding the calculus part. So in the same way, now let us continue with the integration part. Okay, students. So this integration is if you understand differentiation, then integration will be very easy. Okay, students. So I'll explain how it is same as in the what you call differentiation concept, just the opposite of differentiation. Okay. So today's topic is integration. So this integration I'll be completing in maybe 3 to 4 lectures, students. Okay. So after that, since we have started with the basic maths in our physics. So basic maths portion is completed, that is vectors and calculus. So now we'll enter into our actual physics portion, that is kinematics. Okay, that is actually mechanics. So the first topic of mechanics is kinematics. Okay, students. So anyway, we'll go into those topics. Okay, but before that, we have to have thorough understanding of these basic mathematics, that is vectors and calculus. Okay, students. So now today let us begin with the integration part. Okay. So as I told you, this integration, another name for integration is anti-differentiation. Okay, students. There is one more name for the differentiation, that is called as anti-differentiation. Okay, students. This is also called as or anti-differentiation. That means opposite of differentiation. Okay, students. So opposite of differentiation. So both of them, this differentiation and integration, are two parts of the calculus. Okay. So now let us begin. So let us see first what are the topics in this integration topic. Okay. That is the subtopics. That is first one, that's the definition. Second one, integration of algebraic expressions. As we have differentiation of algebraic expressions, correct or not, students? So like for example, d by dt of t power n. What is the formula? N into t power n minus 1. Okay. Like that we have differentiation of next trigonometric functions. D by dt of sin t, that is cos t. D by dt of cos t minus sin t. Then differentiation of logarithmic expressions. D by dt of ln t is equal to 1 by t. Same way differentiation of exponential function. D by dt of e power t is equal to e power t. So like that just like we have the formula in the differentiation, we will also have the formula in the integration part. Okay. And then third subtopic is rules. Okay, students. So as we have studied in differentiation, sum and difference rule, product rule, coefficient rule, and chain rule. Okay. So all these rules, whatever we studied in differentiation, they are all there in the integration part also. Okay. But this product rule and coefficient rule we may not study. Okay. So because we don't have much application for this product rule and coefficient rule, students. Okay. Because these are slightly difficult as well as not required for our physics part. Okay, students. So basically we'll be covering sum and difference rule and chain rule. That is sufficient for us. As I told you, students, even before starting calculus, there are many ways of studying this calculus part. Actually, this is a mathematical topic. So therefore, from mathematical point of view, you have to study these topics actually to get a full understanding. But the approach which I am taking is whatever is required for our physics, I am taking that much part. Okay, students, I hope you are clear with it. If you refer any books and all, the way of explanation in those books may be different from what I am teaching. Okay, students, but the concept will be same. Finally, when you attempt a question, and then you will get the same solution whether you follow me or some other book. Okay, students. So it will not make the difference. The answer should come out same. Okay. So what I am telling is whatever is required for our physics, I am taking that approach. That's why if you see, I am taking only those words like distance, position, then velocity, instantaneous velocity, acceleration, those terms only I'm using, and then explaining the differentiation part. Same way in integration part also, like in the last subtopic that is called as uses of integration. Okay, so just like we have uses of differentiation, that is to find out instantaneous velocity when the position is given. So now here, since it is opposite, integration is opposite, we'll calculate position from velocity, from instantaneous velocity. Now velocity will be given to us, we have to calculate what? Position, x. Okay, in differentiation, x is given, x is equal to some t square plus t cube is given. Then what is the instantaneous velocity? That is what differentiation part. Now since integration is opposite, we will be given velocity t square plus t cube. Then we will be asked to calculate what is the position of the particle. Okay, so that is what we are going to see, the uses of integration. Okay, students. So let us see now. Let us start with the definition. Okay, so what is meant by integration, and what are the formula of integration for some expressions, algebraic, trigonometric, and exponential, and then logarithmic functions, and then we'll see sum and difference rule, and then chain rule, and then last uses of integration. Okay, students. So now let us start with the first one. So integration. Okay, so integration, to understand integration, students, I hope all of you must be knowing some, I think everybody must be having some idea about logarithms. Okay, students, I'll start with the logarithms to have a better understanding of the integration. Okay, students, so all of you know logarithms. Okay, students. Okay, so logarithms. So now in logarithms, you must have studied in your lower classes or 10th class. Okay, suppose log of 100. What is the log of 100, students? Of course, base 10. I'm talking about logarithms to base 10. Okay, so what is a log of 100, students? Okay, everybody knows that is 2, because 100 can be written as 10 power 2. Correct or not, students? 100 can be written as log of 10 power 2 base 10. So that is equal to 2 into log of 10 to base 10 is 1. Okay, that's how we'll get the value of 2. Okay, I hope, students, everybody know this one. Okay, so now just like a logarithms, that is you have calculated log of 100 to base 10 is 2. Now what is anti-log of 2, students? What is anti-log of 2? What is anti-log of 2, students? That is equal to 100. Correct or not, students? That is equal to 100. Okay, that means if you calculate logarithm of 100, you will get 2. So now if you calculate anti-log of 2, you will get 100. Correct or not, students? So in the same way, okay, so I'll just explain here. That means for 100, if you calculate logarithms, if you calculate logarithm to base 10, you will get the value of 2. Okay, students. Now if you calculate the anti-logarithm of 2, then you will get what, students? 100. Okay, so similarly in the differentiation also. Okay, students, suppose let us say we have differentiation of suppose let us say some function, let us take t square, students. Okay, let us say I'll take t square. What is the differentiation of t square, students? Okay, all of you know d by dt of t square. What is that one? 2t. Okay, so this is the value of 2t. So this is nothing but differentiation. Differentiation of t square will give you 2t. Now opposite. That means if you calculate the integration of 2t, then you will get t square. That's all. I hope, students, you understood. So this is nothing but called as integration. Or anti-differentiation. That means opposite of differentiation. Just like we have logarithms and anti-logarithms. Correct or not, students? So in the same way, if you calculate, suppose let's say differentiation of a function, then you will get some answer. Now the integration of that answer will be this original function, that is called as t square. Okay, students, just like here t square. So differentiation of t square will give you 2t, and if you calculate integration of 2t, you will get t square. That's all, students. So that's why I told you in the beginning, if you understand differentiation, integration is very easy, because integration is just opposite of differentiation. Okay, students. So that is the what you call basic idea about integration. Now let us see Now let us see, as I told you, it's very easy, but here there is small catch also, students. Okay, I'll tell you what is that catch. Okay, so let us see. It is not actually difficult. It is not actually easy. Slightly difficult, but I'm making it easy for you. Okay, so let us see now what is the catch. Okay, students. So now, just now we have seen that if you calculate differentiation of t square, if you calculate differentiation of t square, you will get how much, students? Suppose this is the t square. So if you calculate the differentiation d by dt of t square, you are getting how much, students? 2t. Okay. Now, suppose if I calculate the differentiation of t square plus 1. What is the differentiation of t square plus 1, students? D by dt of t square, that is 2t, plus d by dt of 1. How much, students? 0. So that means if I write like this, it doesn't make any difference. So 2t plus 0. So that means the differentiation of this function is also same thing. That means for t square also 2t, t square plus 1 also 2t. Suppose if I calculate the differentiation for t square minus 1, let us say. What is the differentiation for this t square minus 1, students? D by dt of t square, that is 2t, minus of d by dt of 1, 0. So again you will get the same answer. Or you take suppose t square plus some 100. What is the differentiation of this one? You will get the same answer, because d by dt of t square 2t plus d by dt of 100, 0. So that means 2t plus 0. So that means the same answer is there for all these functions. Correct or not, students? All these functions, same answer is there. Correct or not, students? Okay. So now which one is correct? Which one is correct? When we are just now I told that when you are calculating the integration of this 2t, you will get the differentiation. Just like here I told in the first slide, suppose t square is there. If you do differentiation, you will get 2t. Then if you take integration of this 2t, you will get t square. Okay, students? So therefore, just like therefore, now suppose the differentiation of t square is 2t. So integration of 2t is t square. Now differentiation of t square plus 1 is also 2t. Now if you take integration of 2t, you will get t square plus 1 also. So that means integration of that means integration of 2t will have so many answers, students. It can be t square, it can be t square plus 1, it can be t square minus 1, it can be t square plus 100 or t square plus 3 by 2. All these answers are for integration of 2t. Correct or not, students? Okay. So therefore, what we'll do is, we don't know which constant it is. We don't know which constant it is. Correct or not, students? We don't know which constant it is. So therefore, what we'll do is, we'll replace all these. We'll replace all these with one single constant called as c, students. Okay, we'll replace all these constants with one single constant called as c. Okay, student. So therefore, whenever we find out, suppose let us say here we can see t square is there. What is the differentiation of t square, students? 2t. Okay. So now when you calculate the integration of 2t, you should write it as t square plus c. T square plus c. Okay, students. So integration of 2t is what, students? Integration of 2t is nothing but integration of 2t. What is integration of 2t? T square plus c. That c can be 0, 1, minus 100, we don't know. But some arbitrary constant. Okay, students. So therefore, this is the answer, students. Okay. So similarly, let us say we have another function. Let us say this is another function t cube. Okay, students. So what is the differentiation of t cube, students? We know d by dt of t power n, that is n into t power n minus 1. So 3t square. So when you differentiate t cube, you will get 3t square. And as I told you today, the opposite is integration. So that means now if you calculate the integration of 3t square, you should get how much, students? T cube, but we should always write plus c, students, because that c can be any constant. Correct or not, students? So therefore, the integration of 3t square is equal to how much, students? T cube plus c. Okay, so I hope you understood, students, why we have to write c. This is the reason. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, so whenever we write the integration, we should always add plus c, students. Okay, so this is what the integration about, students. Next one. So therefore now we can see, students, suppose let us say we have the now trigonometric function, correct or not, students? So suppose let us say we don't write here this one, okay? Okay, now let us see. Now if you calculate the d by dt of sin t, what is d by dt of sin t, students? Trigonometric function cos t, okay? So this is called differentiation. So now when you are calculating the integration of cos t, should we write only sin t, students? No, sin t plus c, So therefore integration of cos t is what, students? Integration of cos t is equal to sin t plus c. Okay, student. In the same way, now let us see this one also. Suppose let us say, what is the differentiation of logarithmic function, students? What is the differentiation of logarithmic function? 1 by t, here it is written. So now integration is opposite of differentiation. So therefore, when you calculate the integration of 1 by t, then the answer should be ln t plus c, students. So therefore integration of 1 by t is equal to ln t plus c. So always remember, students, we should write some c, where c is some arbitrary constant. Always remember, students, this can be constant. Either 1 or 2 or 100, 1 by 2, 3 by 2, minus half, doesn't matter. Whatever it may be, it is a constant. Okay, students. So I hope you understood. So like that, whatever formula you have in differentiation, just take the opposite, that's all. Suppose let us say you have formula of cos t. What is d by dt of cos t, students? What is d by dt of cos t? Suppose let us say d by dt of what is cos t, students? That is nothing but minus of sin t, correct? So that means now, otherwise I'll write it as in this format. Okay, students. Suppose let us say we calculate d by dt for cos t. So when you calculate the differentiation for cos t, what is the answer, students? Minus sin t. Okay. Now when you calculate the integration of this, you should get what, students? Integration of minus sin t is cos t plus c. That's all. Okay. Okay, students. Because even if you do differentiation of cos t plus c, you'll get minus sin t only. So therefore, whenever we write integration, it is always followed by a constant. Always remember, students. So plus c. Okay. So now let us see, students. Okay. So next one is notation. What is the symbol for integration? What is the symbol for? After getting an idea about integration, I hope you got an idea about integration. It is just opposite of differentiation, or inverse of differentiation, or anti-differentiation. That's all. Okay. So now notation, students. So for differentiation, we will use this formula. We'll use this notation as d by dt. Correct or not, students? D by dt of t square plus c is equal to how much, students? 2t. So now when you calculate the integration of 2t, you will get this one. Correct or not, students? Okay. So therefore, what is the symbol for that integration? The symbol for that integration is like this, students. Okay. This is the symbol for integration. How to write? Integration of. What is the integration of what, students? Which function? Integration of 2t. So first you should write function. Brackets you can keep, or you don't have to keep. 2t into dt. Okay, students. Into dt. Just like we write here d by dt. Okay, students. This dt will come in the denominator, whereas in integration it will come in the numerator, opposite. Okay, students. So integration of 2t dt is equal to how much, students? T square plus c. That is what we wrote in words in the before slide. Correct or not, students? In before slide we wrote as integration of 2t. What is integration of 2t, students? T square plus c. This is in terms of words. So now its symbol is integration of. This is the symbol for integration. Integration of 2t. This dt will follow automatically. In every function we should write, in every integral we should always write dt. Okay, student. Dt means here when it is in terms of t. I'll explain afterwards when it is in terms of x and all like that, but right now you just remember dt, okay? Because we are writing everything in terms of dt, x is equal to t, like that, okay student? So therefore 2t dt is equal to t square plus c, okay student? Suppose we know what is the d by dt of, suppose let us say t cube. What is d by dt of t cube, students? That is equal to 3t square, correct or not, students? D by dt of t cube plus c is 3t square. So opposite, integration of 3t square must be equal to t cube plus c. So how to write this one? Integral of 3t square dt must be equal to how much, students? T cube plus c. That's all. Okay. So opposite. Okay. So same way, suppose let us say we have d by dt of some t power 4 plus c, that is equal to how much, students? 4t cube plus d by dt of constant is 0, correct or not, student? So opposite means integration of 4t cube is how much? T power 4 plus c, okay? So therefore integration of 4t cube dt must be equal to how much, students? T power 4 plus c, that's all, okay? I hope you understood, students. So integral symbol is this one. So integration of whatever function, you should write first that function into dt is equal to that result, t power 4 plus c or t cube plus c or t square plus c. So this is the symbol. D by dt is for differentiation. Differentiation is what, students? D by dt. Okay. Integration is what, students? D by dt of some, suppose let's say t power n, like that. Okay. Then integration formula will be integral of t power n into dt. Okay, so now we are going to write this expression also. Okay, so this dt will come here in the denominator, here dt will come in the numerator for integration. Okay, students. So these are the symbols for differentiation and integration. Okay, students. So now let us move to the next slide. Okay, students. So now let us see here. So having understood the basic definition of integration and basic notation of integration, now let us find out some integration of some functions and then let us derive some formulas also. Okay, student. So let us take first example, integral of 5t power 4 dt, students. Integral of 5t power 4 dt. Okay, student. So when I say integral of 5t power 4 dt, when I say integral of 5t power 4 dt, integral of 5t power 4 dt is what we are asked. Okay, student. So integral of 5t power 4, integral of 5t power 4, correct or not, students? So that means like this we can write integral of 5t power 4 should come here, correct? Integral of 5t power 4 should come here. Okay. So what is this quantity? What is this quantity is what the answer. Okay, students. So what is there in this circle? Okay, that is the answer for the integration of 5t power 4. Have you understood, students? When I write like this, this is the symbol of integration, integration of 5t power 4. This dt will be automatically written. Okay. So now, so that means if I want to find out integration of this 5t power 4, just think opposite way, students. This 5t power 4 must be, this 5t power 4, this 5t power 4 must be some, what you call, differentiation of some function, correct or not, students? Differentiation of some function is 5t power 4, correct or not? Because the opposite is integration, means this side is differentiation. So that means for which function, if you calculate differentiation, you will get answer as 5t power 4, students. Just think about it, opposite in opposite way. For which function, if you calculate differentiation, you will get answer as 5t power 4. So here you can see, here 4 is there, here 5 is there, coefficient. So that means can I write here t power 5? What is d by dt of t power 5, students? What is d by dt of t power 5? 5 into t power 4, because that power will come as coefficient and power will be reduced by 1. So 5t power 4. So that means if I calculate the differentiation of t power 5, I'll get 5t power 4. And now the integration of 5t power 4 is nothing but t power 5 plus c. That's all. So the answer for this will be t power 5 plus c. That is the answer. Okay, students. I hope you understood this one. So now similarly, let us calculate what is integral of t cube dt, students. Integral of t cube dt. That means we'll write here t cube. Okay. So this is the what you call t cube, students. Okay. So now integral of this t cube will be something, some quantity. Correct or not, students? Here you will get some quantity. So what is that quantity? Tell me, students. What is that quantity? What is that quantity such that when I do the differentiation of that quantity, I'll get a t cube. I'll get t cube, students. Just think about it for a moment. What is that quantity here such that if I differentiate, I'll get t cube, students. So that means d by dt of what is that quantity such that I'll get t cube. Okay, students, tell me. So here for getting t cube, that means in the answer power is reduced by 1. Correct or not, students? Just like here in the answer power is reduced by 1 means originally in the function power must be greater than 1. So that means here it must be t power 4. Correct or not, students? But now when you calculate for d by dt of t power 4, it will be 4 into t cube. But 4 is not there. So that means if I write 4 here, if I write what you call 4 in the multiplication, suppose here, then what will happen, students? 4 into t power 4, d by dt of 4 into t power 4 will be how much, students? Here, here 4 will be in the denominator only. 4 should be in the denominator. So now d by dt of t power 4 by 4, how much you will get, students? Just tell me d by dt of t power 4 by 4. So since 1 by 4 is a constant, we'll take out that constant. So 1 by 4 into what is d by dt of t power 4? 4 into t cube. Now 4 will get cancelled. So answer is how much, students? T cube. So that means d by dt of which function will give us t cube? T power 4 by 4. I hope you understood the basic concept, students. T power 4 by 4 will be, if you differentiate, you will get how much, students? T cube. Now what is the integration of t cube, students? T power 4 by 4 plus c. We should always, as I told you in the beginning, we should always write plus c when you're calculating for the integration. So therefore answer will be t power 4 by 4 plus c. Okay. So this is the answer for the differentiation. Okay, student. So that means suppose if I ask you what is integral of t power 5 dt, that means every time you have to think about for which function, if you calculate differentiation, you will get this t power 5. So therefore, again do the inverse. That means t power 5, just like here, t cube. So integral of t cube is t power 4 by 4. So like that, for every function, first you should know differentiation, then you have to inverse it. Okay. So it becomes very difficult for every, because as the function becomes complicated, this process of finding out integration also becomes complicated. So we need one particular formula. Just by applying that formula, we'll get the answer. Okay, students. So therefore, we need a particular formula. So what is that formula, students? Here you can see here. So the first and foremost formula for the integration of algebraic expression, just like we have what is d by dt of t power n. What is d by dt of t power n, students? D by dt of t power n. What is the formula? D by dt of t power n is equal to n into t power n minus 1. So this is a very, very important formula, as I told you, students. Okay. So now we are going to see the integration of t power n. What is the formula for integration of t power n dt? Okay. So the integration formula for t power n is t power n plus 1 by n plus 1 into c. Okay, students, t power n plus 1 by n plus 1 into c. Okay, so this is the formula for integral t power n. So that means if n is anything, okay, but except one thing, students, n should not be equal to minus 1. Why it is and all I'll explain. Okay, why n should not be equal to minus 1, I'll explain. Okay, so except this one, for any value of n, you can calculate the integration. For any value of n, you can always calculate the integration. So this formula is very important, students. Okay. So just like here, d by dt of t power n is n into t power n minus 1. Integral of t power n is equal to t power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Always we should write. And this formula is valid for all values of n except for -1. I'll explain why it is so afterwards. Okay. So let us use this formula and calculate, students. Now, previously we had to think like this. Correct or not, students? If I ask you integral t cube means you have to think for which function if you calculate differentiation you will get t cube. Then you will take the inverse. Previously we had to go by that method. Okay. But now we have the formula. Integral of t cube dt. What is the formula, students? Integral of t power n. Here what is n? N is equal to 3. So therefore t power of 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 plus c. So that is equal to t power 4 by 4 plus c. Simple, students. Previously also we got like that only. T power 4 by 4 plus c. See here. T power 4 by 4 plus c. Okay. So from now onwards, if you can just by heart or remember or memorize this formula, then it is very easy to solve the problems. Okay, students. So next one, what is the integral t power 5 dt, students? T power 5 plus 1 divided by 5 plus 1 plus c. That is equal to t power 6 by 6 plus c. Very easy. T power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Next, even if n is some fraction like this 3.5, students. Okay. So now what is the formula? Integral of t power 3.5 dt, that is equal to t power 3.5 plus 1 divided by 3.5 plus 1 plus c. So therefore answer will be t power 4.5 by 4.5 plus c. That's all. Simple. Or suppose let's say integral t power minus 2. What is the formula, students? T power minus 2 plus 1. It is always plus 1, students. By minus 2 plus 1 plus c. So that is equal to t power minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 by minus 1 plus c. That's all. Okay. So I hope, students, you understood this one. It's a very easy formula. So integral t power n dt is equal to t power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. But for except for one value, that is minus 1, it is not valid. It is not valid for n is equal to minus 1. That means if you are asked to find out t power minus 1 dt, you should not use this formula. You should not use this formula. This formula is not meant for n equal to minus 1. Why is it so? I'll explain just now. Okay, now students, let us see next some more what you call rules. So here first rule, we know constant multiplication rule, just like we have in differentiation. Okay, so whenever a function is multiplied by some constant, and if you are asked to find out differentiation, we'll just take out that constant from the differentiation to outside, and then we'll do normal differentiation. Same procedure is applied here also. Okay, so now here you can see this integral of 4t square. So here 4 is a constant. So therefore take out this constant outside. So that is equal to 4 times of integral t square dt. Correct or not, students? So that is equal to 4 times of what is integral t square dt, students? Just now I told integral t power n. So that means t cube by 3 plus c. That's all. That's all. T power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Okay. So same way, suppose let us say if you are asked to find out integral of, suppose let's say some 10 into t power 4 dt. So what is the answer, students? What is the answer? So you have to take out the 10 outside. You have to take out the 10 outside. So 10 into integral t power 4 dt. So that is equal to 10 into integral t power 4. That is t power 5 plus c. So that is equal to 2 into t power 5 plus c. So what is that c? Some constant, arbitrary constant. We don't know what that value is. It can be minus 1, 0, 3 by 2. We don't have to worry about that one. Okay, students. So I hope you understood, students. Constant multiplication rule. So whenever a function is multiplied by constant, just take out that constant outside of the integration and do the integration process as usual. Okay. Next one, sum and difference rule. Okay, students. So integral of t square plus t cube. Just like in differentiation also, suppose d by dt of t square plus t cube. How will you do? Just separate the terms and then follow the rules of differentiation. So same way here also. Suppose let's say integral t square plus t cube. So what I'll do first, I'll separate the terms. Integral t square dt plus integral t cube dt. That's all. I separated the terms. Okay. This is one function. I separated t square and t cube. For every function we should write this dt, students. Okay. So that is equal. What is integral t square dt? T power n plus 1. That means 3 divided by 3. Actually here we should write plus c. but since in addition we can write 1c only combinedly. So now here next one you can write plus integral t cube. How much, students? T power 4 by 4 plus c. 1c is sufficient. Okay, students? Or otherwise, actually, if you want to say strictly, you should write it as like this, that plus c here plus of t power 4 by 4 plus c. So or c1 and c2 doesn't matter. So anyway, this plus this will be added as one constant. That's why I told you in the beginning only. Whenever we have this type of functions, we can write continuously. First, that is t cube by 3. Next is t power 4 by 4 plus c. Sufficient. 1c is sufficient for whenever you have sum and difference rule. Okay, students? So this is the answer for the integration. Next one, integral of 2t square plus t cube. So first separate the terms, students. First separate the terms. Integral of, suppose separate the terms, integral of 2t square dt plus integral of t cube dt. Integral of t cube dt. That is equal to, now here it is a constant. So take it out, 2 integral of t square dt plus here integral t cube dt directly is there. So we can write it as t power 4 by 4 plus c. 1c is sufficient. Now this one will be 2 into integral t square. That is how much, students? T cube by 3 plus t power 4 by 4 plus c. Okay, so this will be the answer for this integral of 2t square plus t cube dt. I hope, students, you understood this one. Okay. Now next let us do some problems, students. Okay. So what is integral t dt, students? What is integral t dt? Okay. What is integral t dt? Okay. So here directly I am writing t power n plus 1. Here n is how much, students? 1. So 1 plus 1, that means t square by 2 plus c. Correct or not, students? So if it is integral t dt, this is the answer. Suppose let us say only integral dt is there, students. Nothing is given. There is no t. So what to do? So whenever it is like this, we can always write it as 1 into dt, students. We can always write it as 1 into dt, and 1 can be written as t power 0, students. Because anything power 0 is always constant. 1. Anything to the power is always 1. So t power 0 I can write. So now if I apply this formula of integral of t power n, here n is how much, students? N is equal to 0. So therefore t power n plus 1, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1 plus c. So that is equal to 0 plus 1, 1, t power 1. So that means t plus c. Okay, students? So integral of dt, that means constant here actually. Okay, integral of some constant 1. Particularly if it is 1, it is this answer. Okay, students? So integral dt is t plus c, students. So this formula is very, very important, students. So please note down this one. Integral, so when nothing is mentioned, we should always write it as integral dt is always is equal to t plus c. This is a very, very important formula, students. Please by heart this. Okay, please write down your notes and by heart this one. This is very, very important. So integral of dt is equal to t plus c always. Integral of dt is equal to t plus c. Okay. So now let us see integral 2 dt, suppose. So here also what we have to do, students, just take out 2 outside. So 2 into integral dt plus c. Correct or not, sir? So that is equal to integral dt, just now I told t. So 2t plus c, that's all. Just now I told, no? Integral dt is how much? T plus c. Now here 2 dt is given. So what you have to do? 2 you take outside. Then it becomes integral dt. So therefore integral dt is how much, students? Sorry. Here we should not write this c. Okay. So 2 dt can be written as 2 you take outside integral dt. So what is integral dt, students? T. So therefore 2t plus c. That's all. Okay. Suppose integral 10 dt, students. So what you have to do? Integral 10 dt means what you have to do? This 10 you should take outside. So when you take 10 outside, 10 integral of what is the remaining function? Dt. Integral dt means how much? T plus c. So that is equal to 10 into t plus c. That's all. I hope, students, you understood this one. So this formula is also very, very important. So integral dt is always equal to t plus c, students. Okay. Okay, students. So now here one important note is there that in this formula generally students will get confused that because we have 2 formulas, that is for differentiation d by dt of t power n. What is d by dt of t power n, students? d by dt of t power n is n into t power n minus 1. Correct or not, students? So now, what is the integral of t power n, students? What is integral of t power n? Just now we got t power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Okay, student? So now here, whatever is the value of n, we can always apply this formula. If n is equal to 0 also we can apply, if n equal to 1 also we can apply, n equal to 2 also, n equal to minus 1, minus half, minus 3 by 2, doesn't matter. Whatever may be the value of n, you can always apply this formula. We can always apply this differentiation formula. But here, when it comes to integration formula, we cannot apply for all values of n, because for n equal to minus 1, this formula is not valid. This formula is not valid, students, for n equal to minus 1. Okay. Why? Because as I told you before, students, as I told you, integration is always opposite of differentiation. Okay, student? So now suppose, let us say I take this value, integral t power minus 1. Okay. So integral of t power minus 1 dt. Okay, student? So if I use this formula, t power minus 1, then what will I write, students? Minus 1 plus 1 by minus 1 plus 1, 0, that is 1 by 0, that you will get as infinity. Correct or not, students? So first of all, this is not the correct answer, not just because it got infinity, but here the basic concept you should understand. What is the basic concept, students? The basic concept here is, okay, students, the basic concept here is, now I want the integration of what, students? I want the integration of t power minus 1. So t power minus 1 integration I want. Okay. So if I do the t power minus 1 integration, I'll get some function here. So for which function, what you called, if you do differentiation, you'll get t power minus 1, students. Is it infinity? Is it infinity? If I do for infinity, can I get this answer? No. No, it is not correct. You know what, for which function, what the answer is t power minus 1, students. Here we can write as, instead of t power minus 1, I can write here also as 1 by t. Correct or not, students? T power minus 1 is nothing but how much, students? 1 by t. Now you can just think, for which function, if you calculate differentiation, you will get 1 by t. It is nothing but logarithmic function. It is nothing but logarithmic function. So that means if you calculate the differentiation for logarithmic function, you will get 1 by t. So now integration of 1 by t is what, students? ln t. So therefore, this formula, that means if whenever you calculate the integration for t power minus 1, you should always be careful. It is not, you cannot apply this above formula. You cannot apply this above formula. We should always write it as ln t plus c. We should always write ln t plus c. Or we can also write integral of 1 by t dt is nothing but what, students? ln t plus c. So this is very, very important formula, students. I hope you understood now why this formula we cannot use when n is equal to, why we cannot apply this formula when n is equal to minus 1. Now you understood, students, why we cannot write? Because this basic concept of inverse, this basic concept of for which function, if you calculate differentiation, you will get this one, and the inverse of that function is nothing but the original function. You should get that one. But right now, infinity, if you calculate the differentiation of infinity, you will not get the 1 by t, students. Only for ln t you will get as 1 by t. Now the inverse of 1 by t is ln t. Okay, students. So this note very, very important, students. So don't do this mistake. Don't apply the same formula for minus 1. Okay, for remaining all values, you can always apply. Okay. Next one, no, and some more formula are there, students. Okay. So I think since time is over, I'll explain in the